It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah! Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream's gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you ever seen. Watch your mouth. He's headed south. Not even sure what that means. But if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. I'm sure to see.
I'm not familiar with Trucker John live stream. Is that your live stream? If so, it sounds like you've got a lot of exciting content lined up. Can you tell me more about it? To be honest, I'm not familiar with the Trucker John live stream. It sounds like a lively and exciting show, but I don't have enough information to give an opinion on it. Can you tell me more about it, or maybe provide a link to the stream so I can check it out? Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any information about a YouTube live stream called Trucker John 3. Could you provide some more context or details about the live stream? Maybe it's a new or small channel that hasn't gained a lot of traction yet. I'm afraid I still can't find anything about a specific live stream called Trucker John on YouTube. It's possible that it's a small channel that's hard to find, or maybe it's a new live stream that hasn't gained a lot of traction yet. Could you tell me more about the live stream, like how long it's been running, what kind of content it usually covers, or any notable guests or segments? Oh, thanks for providing a link. I see that Trucker John 3 is a YouTube channel with over 50 subscribers. It looks like the channel mostly features videos about trucking, including road trip vlogs and trucker stories. Is that right? Wow, over 1,700 subscribers. That's quite impressive. It's clear that Trucker John has a dedicated following of people who are interested in his trucking adventures. Is he a full-time trucker, or does he just do it as a hobby? So if I'm understanding correctly, Trucker John used to drive trucks full-time, but now he drives for Uber and does live streams multiple times a week. Wow, that's quite the career shift. It's interesting to see how people can pivot from one job to another. That's a lot of hustle. What kind of content does he typically cover in his live streams? Welcome to the Trucker John live stream, where the conversation is always on the move. Join us as we navigate a wide range of topics, from politics to food to movies and everything in between. And don't forget to bring your questions and opinions, because we want to hear from you too. Buckle up and let's hit the road. Ha 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 ha. Glad to hear that I finally hit the mark. Let me know if you need any more suggestions or ideas for your live stream intro, to chat about anything else. I'm here to help and happy to keep the conversation going. Haha, you're very welcome. I'm glad we were able to work together to craft the perfect intro for your live stream. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to flex my creative muscles a bit. It was a fun challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John.
Hey, I was just grooving to the music. All right, everybody. Hey, we're getting a little bit of a late start. 9:17. That's about right for old Trucker John. But hey, good morning, everybody. 9:17 in the AM. Here on the West Coast. I'm not really on the coast. The Pacific time zone. Right now it's 78 degrees. We're supposed to get a high of 94 degrees today, which is about 4 degrees above average. So I guess we're not too bad above average. Just want to say good morning to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see here. What's going on here? My mic's on, right? Let me check, double check. Yep, mic's on, okay. Because otherwise you miss it all. You're just gonna miss it all. All the beautiful, wonderful things that come out of this mouth right here. Hey man, look at here. This is pretty good. We got a lot of people in the chat. Just scrolling back. Fancy, never fear. Fancy is around here somewhere. Fancy, first one in. Good morning to Fancy. Huggy Greeter. Hugger Greeter, formerly known as Pisces Greeter, I believe. Thanks for being here. Jackie's here. Roxanne Armfield. Jean E. Good to see y'all. Hey, look at there. Hugger Greeter. Welcome to Driver. Hugger Greeter is a member. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Hugger Greeter. Mr. Spock says howdy. Oh, wait, I gotta do the thing. I gotta try my best. I know it's not very good. It looks like 4 fingers just spread out, but instead of having 2 distinct things, but one of these days I'll get it and then we'll say live long and prosper. Jolie's here. Hey, good to see Jolie. Jolie's wondering where is this Trucker John guy? If you guys want to really know the truth, I was on hold with Hertz because Hertz is like double billing me or something. I don't know. So I still haven't got that that issue taken care of, but I'll call him back later. I've been going around with them. I feel like they're double billing me. It's weird. So anyway, that's what I was on. I was on the phone trying to get a hold of them, talking with them and everything. Let's see. We got Roxanne Armfield. I said hello already. Walter Makarovich is here. Hello, Walter. Good to see you. And Carrie C is here. Hello, Carrie C. Good to see you. Good to see Carrie C. Mr. Spock must have. It's technical. Yeah, well, I don't know. It was just the thing with stupid Hertz. I'm seeing extra charges that I don't think I should be getting. It's weird. Hugger Greeter said it's only 69 in Illinois. Well, you're not too far behind us. We're now it says 79, so I guess we're about 10 degrees warmer, which is kind of a lot, actually. Tim Farrell's here. Hello, Tim Farrell. And let's see, Hugger Greeter. Yes, you are right. I was formerly Pisces Greeter TK, now Hugger Greeter TK. Yes, the chatter formerly known as Pisces Greeter. Hey, there's West Webb 57 here. 57 degrees in the beautiful city of Rockford, Illinois, or where, I forget where. I shouldn't, is that doxing? I may have just doxed you. Unwittingly. Do you guys hear a boy? Oh, that's maintenance. They might be knocking on my door. I think we have a water leak going on. I think they're at a neighbor's house right now, I believe, or neighbor's apartment unit. So I might be getting a knock at the door, and I might have to go take care of that. So we might be doing a live stream when the maintenance guys are here, which is kind of, you know, it's kind of weird. I mean, not weird, but I feel kind of uncomfortable if they're in here and I'm doing this. But anyway, whatever. We'll all get over it. We'll all adjust. Me, the maintenance guys, you guys, we'll all have to just roll with it. So we might be getting maintenance. Hopefully they're not going to be all loud, but there's something going on with the water because the water pressure, especially on the hot water side, has been lower than usual, and it takes forever for the water to get hot. And then there was an email notice that the apartment management or whatever sent to, I guess, to everybody, saying that the maintenance, specifically for this building, because they have a whole bunch of buildings, they're going to be doing some checking for water leaks. So we might have some maintenance guys in here checking for water leaks during this live stream. But as they say, the show must go on. So unless they start clanging monkey wrenches, you know, I guess we could do it. Pisces, Fancy says, you'll always be Pisces to me. Hugger Greeter, spring weather can be strange. The weekend here is going to be in the 80s. Yeah, and we're supposed to get, now I had seen earlier that they were forecasting 100 degrees on Sunday, but now they've lowered that to like 98 or something. So I'm not sure if we're going to officially hit the 100-degree mark this weekend or not. I thought we were, but we might not. They sort of come down on that a little bit. Let's see. Wes says, sort of, everybody knows. Okay, well, sorry. I guess I should just say from the beautiful unknown location in Illinois. Because you said you're from Illinois a lot, because you always say how the Democrats are horrible and Republicans, well, you don't really say anything about the Republicans. You just say how bad the Democrats are. And so anyhow, we know you're from Illinois somewhere. So from now on, I'll just say from the beautiful state of Illinois, somewhere located, maybe centrally located in Illinois. So as not to dox too much. I feel as though I've already said too much, though. Fancy says, wrong window, haha, sorry. Oh, wait. That's okay to show us their butts. Oh, the maintenance guys, when they bend over and you see the crack of their asses or whatever type of deal, you know, the plumber crack or whatever we call it. Hopefully you guys can still see me, right? Let's see. Hugger Greeter, Fancy, understand this. No matter to me either. It's 88 in Fort Myers for Jolie. Living it up down there in Florida. Hope I didn't just dox you either, but you did just mention you're in Fort Myers. So, let's see. 82 in Texas for Jackie. Hugger Greeter TK says, everyone will not see me on YT Saturday going out of town. Going to see my longtime friend. We see each other 2 times a year. Okay, well, it's time to go visit. Jolie, yep, corrupt Dems in Illinois. Mr. Spock, they're all bad. They're all bad what? Oh, anyhow. I'm just trying to think of that spelling of there and how, so that means like they're bad. I'm looking for what's they're bad what? I don't know. Watch Jon Stewart piece this week, spot on commentary. I'm not really digging Jon Stewart lately, actually, with this both-sider bullshit. Actually, I only watch clips. I haven't really watched the show, so I guess I shouldn't be, I shouldn't put too much of a critique into it, but I don't know. He just sounds like he's going all both-siderism bullshit. And dudes, we gotta, if nothing else, if nothing else, then choose the lesser of two evils if you think they're both evil. And that would be the Democratic Party. Definitely is the lesser of two evils. And I don't think the Democratic Party is evil at all to begin with. But this both siders and bullshit just don't cut it with me. Let's see here. So this guy's, hey, there's Suzanne Persepi. Good to see Suzanne. Tawada 106, corruption is bipartisan, but it does seem biased towards Republicans. There you go, Tawada 106. I think that, I mean, say corruption is bipartisan. Yeah, we have Democrats. I would say that Bob Menendez is probably a pretty corrupt motherfucker. And he deserves to be, well, he's going to go on trial. We'll see what happens. But if he's found guilty, fuck that motherfucker. We don't want him. Maintenance is, I just heard they're at one of the other units, they're checking for hot water leaks. They will be knocking on my door before we are done here. I will be getting a knock on the door. So it'll be kind of, I guess it's embarrassing kind of in a way. I mean, here I am on the internet, but I mean, I guess theoretically, however many people are on YouTube could be watching me. Let's just say, how many people have YouTube accounts? Is it a billion? Probably, right? So theoretically, like a billion people could be watching me, but I seem okay with that. But if I open the door for the maintenance guys and I'm doing this show and they're like, 15 feet away from me or whatever it is in the bathroom over there, 20 feet, whatever it is, I just feel that feels kind of embarrassing. I feel a little embarrassed doing it. But I'll soldier on. I will soldier on, and we'll do this. We'll just knock it out somehow, some way. Walter Makarovich says, just remember, Trucker John, the man in Silence of the Lamb. Well, Silence of the Lambs is a great person, according to Trump MAGA. I said Silence of the Lamb because that's what Trump said. Yeah, ever see the Silence of the Lamb? You guys have heard of the Silence of the Lamb, right? No, I haven't heard of the Silence of the Lamb. What the fuck are you talking about, Trump? Well, it says lesser of two only works when you get a vote. You get to vote. Stop. Mr. Spock, I watched both sides, Sugar John. Scott Adams is very dangerous, and he is qualified hypnotist. I have no idea what's that about. I guess I should watch the show, because I have no idea who Scott Adams is. Just skipping down. They're skipping down, because I'm behind. Go out in the car. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just sitting right here in my little chair. Ichabod Deer is here. Thanks, Ichabod, for being here. Says, fortunately, inflation is going down. Oil prices are falling, but Trump is doing quite well in polls. Not good. I don't believe the polls. I really don't. I think they're bullshit. I've never been polled. I haven't answered. I can't remember. Maybe in the 90s is the last time I got polled. That's a long time to go without getting polled. Like I said in one of the chats the other day, I was thinking about getting a landline just so maybe I'll get polled. Maybe I should get a landline. I don't trust these polls. I think they're just calling up people who have landlines and we're back. But anyhow, we'll see. I guess we'll just see what happens. Think about it. Says, well, the polls in 2020 were correct. Were correct. Were they? Mad Mac Eagle 1 has stopped on planet of nymphomaniac women. We'll be out of commission for 8 to 10 hours. Okay, 1 hour. Okay, 10 minutes. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, Mad Max is here. West Web swing state polls. Well, it's really amazing to me. It is really amazing to me. How could a motherfucker who's facing 88 or 91 or whatever it is felonies. He's been found civilly, I don't want to say guilty or whatever, of sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll. You know, he's up now for this hush money trial. You know, he's got all these other things going on. How could he be leading in any poll? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I know it's propaganda, big propaganda machines, you know, like Fox News and Newsmax or whatever. I still don't get it. It's just a real mystery. Why it's even close. I don't understand how it's even close. You know, I mean, according to our state here, I'm in Nevada, Trump is up by 12 points. I'm like, what? What the fuck is that all about? So something doesn't seem right to me. I don't see how this state that's, you know, I guess you could say it's purple because we have a Republican governor, and that was weird. Who voted for that asshole? Not me. You know, and we have Democratic senators. I think most of our House reps are Democrats. So I don't know. I don't know how Trump is leading by 12 points in Nevada. So it's just, I don't know. I just can't see Trump winning. I just can't see it. But I know I said the same thing in 2016. I couldn't see it, but I don't know. He got his ass beat in 2020. So I don't know why it's even close. To me, I'm thinking that Biden's going to win by even more than he won in 2020. So I don't get the polls, man. It's just really weird. To 106, to be fair, Donnie has found his ultimate tribe of clueless rubes. I honestly think he can pull this off. I don't. I mean, the crowds that he gets, he wants to say it's 100,000, but you see what's out there, and it's like 8,000. So, you know, it's all bullshit. Yeah, that's kind of what Walter Makarovich is saying. Yeah, the polls are like that 100,000 at Wildwood, New Jersey last weekend. And yeah, he didn't have 100,000 watching him. It might have been 100,000 up and down the coast walking around on the beach out there, but that was it. Hey, there's Steve. Hi, folks. Saw TJ and thought I'd jump in and say hello. Hello. Well, hello back at you, Steve. Thanks for jumping in. Robert Perez is here. Top of the morning to you, driver. Well, top of the morning back at you. Right back at you. Like I said, if you guys weren't here earlier, we might be getting a knock on the door, and I've got the maintenance is going around looking for a water leak. I just thought that you guys know that, just in case if all of a sudden I get up and there's just a big orange screen right here for a couple minutes or whatever. And we might be doing the show while the maintenance guys are right there in the I guess in the bathroom, in the kitchen, or whatever they do. But there's definitely some sort of a leak going on. Let's see. Steve says, plus I cannot be asked listening to Tony Michaels. I don't like to be asked either. Come on, dear. Considering the Electoral College, Biden did not win by much in 2020. I know. I hate that fucking Electoral College, man. So I guess the message is here, folks. Vote, vote, vote. Go out and vote. Vote blue. No matter who are you, no matter who are you, get out in blue. No matter who, get out in blue. Boy, I'm really doing it today. Get out in blue. No matter who are you. Hopefully, you guys can understand Trucker John speak this morning, because it's coming out all garbled. I don't know. Something's going on here. I'm let's see. I'm all verklempt. Suzanne says polls could be manipulated. Ichabod Deer says, Hunter Greeter, Tiki, I bet 90% of the people who litter throw crap out their car windows instead of throwing it in the garbage will vote for Trump. Yeah, so like Twat says, yeah, I shouldn't underestimate him. I mean, in 2016, I underestimated it. So yeah, like I was trying to say, just make sure you vote. Make sure everybody you know who's a Democrat or who might vote Democrat, make sure they vote. If your friends are Republicans, just tell them to go fishing on that day or whatever. Big Hook's here says, question is, old people get even more. Question is, did people get even more stupid after COVID and think Trump would somehow raise the dead or something? I don't think so. I think his base has been shrinking, so I don't see how he's even leading the polls. I don't get it. I do not get it. Mr. Spock, it was the perfect storm of 2016. Combination of Dems not believing Trump could win, the unappealing of Hillary, her stupid laugh, and the Electoral College. And see, that's the thing. I loved Hillary. I thought she was great. I don't know, and I don't understand that either. See, that's all that information or influence campaign by Russia that just made her into this evil person. Even my kids didn't like her, and they were of voting age then, and they are now. So that was like, I think, their first election. And I remember telling them, no, Hillary's fucking good, man. Don't listen to the bullshit. Notorious GRG is here. Thanks for being here. It says, this year I'll be true blue. Well, I hope you're true blue every year. But yeah, we need to vote blue, man. As I once have said. Mr. Spock, the storm is brewing. It's a worse storm, way worse. Wow, so I don't know, nefarious. Tuata 106, utterly agree. I used to be Republican and I voted for Hillary. I thought she would have been a great president. Just think, we would be ending her second term right now. Just think how far we would be if we had 2 terms of Hillary. But I mean, but what Biden has done in 1 term is really remarkable. The way he turned this economy around. See, that's the thing, and people don't get the message, man. They're not getting the message. Ichabod Deer says, dim majority, House, Senate, White House can end the Electoral College, and that is the only way to expand SCOTUS too. Yeah, that's what I've been saying all week after week after week, show after show after show. I've been saying that. Hooker Greeter TK says, I will try tonight, see if everyone sees my name. And Hal Sparks is not going to be on. I don't think he's going to be on today. Yeah, Hal's off the whole day because he's in LA, and he said he's not. But then he did say something like, maybe I will go on because I'm a nerd or whatever he said. But so I don't know. But he's supposed to not be on tonight. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, then Steve said, oh, well, I just said kind of, Hal might not be on tonight. He's traveling. But you know how he might still show up. Benny and Diane will be on later, though. Keith Polite says, too many information bubbles out there. So, anyhow, I just thought I would, speaking of Hal and the gang, here's a little picture I took from, I think it was Stephanie Miller put that up. I stole this from her. This is from their Sexy Liberal tour that they did in Wisconsin the other day. And let's see here. And then I saw this little funny picture where we have Donald Trump running away from liberty because Donald Trump does not like liberty, apparently. So I thought that was funny, so I kind of saved that. But anyhow, here's the gang over here. There's the Sexy Liberals Frangela and Stephanie, the one above her, I don't know who that is. And there's Poe Camp, he's the representative, right? And then there's Hal, and then there's Fugelsang. So we got that, and we can put that up there if you guys want to check that out. Let's see, I feel like this should just be, oh shoot. Oh shoot. Let's see, can I move this a little bit? A little bit. I don't know. For now it's not letting me move it around. But anyhow, there it is. So there we go. Something like that. A little something like that. Yeah, a little something like that. And you guys, don't you love it when my hand is up there? It just, see, I just need a better system. But anyhow, it is what it is. It is what it is. The meme is justice, not liberty. Oh yeah, okay, whatever it is. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, justice. Yeah, the scales of justice. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, Trump doesn't like that. He's running. He's running away like a scared little girl. Steven Sayers, Katie Porter? What about Katie Porter? Why did Katie Porter's name come up all of a sudden? I don't know. To what I want to say, somehow women got governed better. I've heard that. I don't know if there's any, any documented evidence of that, but I have no problem with voting for women. I have no problem voting for Hillary Clinton. I've voted for women before, so I have no problem whatsoever. I like Elizabeth Warren. I like, Kamala Harris, whatever, if they have the right, if they're saying the right stuff and doing the right things, that's all that matters to me. I don't care what's down between your legs or whatever. The scales of justice. I believe that's what I said afterwards. Steve Sayers, hello. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. It says, will we have a lady president, maybe, AOC? I don't know. I love AOC, but I don't know. But maybe. She's still so young, so she has lots of time to, keep building her base and everything, so. But we will have a lady president someday. Will it be within my lifetime? I'm 63. I'm hoping to be around for at least another 20 years, hopefully 20, 30 years. I would hope we would have a lady president before then, and one that's good. The names I mentioned, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, AOC, I think, although I've kind of I've come down a little bit off of my AOC high from a few years ago, but, or another woman that is up and coming, or the one that we haven't really thought about, could be there someday. I guess America just wasn't ready in 2016 for a woman president, apparently. But I think we're almost there. I mean, I think Democrats are there. Well, we'll see. I guess time will tell. Time will only tell. Wes Webb, I campaigned for Hillary. Never liked her that much. Well, I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't like her. Everything she said in that 2016 campaign, everything she said was fucking true. They play clips of it all the time. They're like, see, she was right. Hillary was right. Butter emails, right? Fuck her emails. You people have fell for the email banana and the tailpipe trick. I mean, come on. Think about dear. I hope Trump doesn't choose Nikki Haley. I don't think he will, and I don't think she would. I don't think she would accept it. But you never know. Mad Mag, I think Hillary would have been great. Yeah, I think she would have been awesome. Big Hook says Lawrence O'Donnell and Rachel Maddow were saying that outside of a maggots on jury, the prosecutor has laid out a rock-solid case to criminally charge Trump. Okay, he's already been criminally charged. I don't understand your sentence. Outside of maggots on a jury. Okay, he's in trial. He's in trial right now. So you're confusing. Your sentence structure and everything is confusing. Inkabel Deer, in 2016, Major Ojeda voted for Trump, and yet he still got to meet. And yet he still got to meet her after an NYC event. In 2016, Major Ojeda voted for Trump, and yet he still got to meet her. By her, I guess you mean Hillary. After an NYC event, I voted for her for senator and for president. I never met her. Okay, thank you for that information. Ojeda voted for Trump? I find that very hard to believe. I find that very hard to believe. I just find that very, very hard to believe that Ojeda voted for Trump. And if he did, he sure did learn his lesson, didn't he? Because he talks a lot of shit about Trump now, and I guess he would be one of the many people that hopefully learned their lesson. I'm not even going to repeat what Mr. Spock said. TSN Broadway is here. Hello, and Magoo. Yes. Where we make America great over and over. And over and over and over again. Let's see here. Midas Kevin's here. We already had one. It was Hillary. Trump was a fucking joke. Well, unfortunately, she never took office, so. West Webb, that whole thing kept coming up over and over again about her emails. That was a major issue that the right wing was using to try to denigrate her or try to make her seem like she wasn't a good candidate, and that she was somehow, I guess at the very least lackadaisical about sharing classified information or whatever. That was a very, very big part of it. You dope. Talk about stupid. Don't you be stupid. Stupid. And of course, the ultimate irony is that Trump brings down, how many documents classified, and these are like really super highly classified documents that he just carries them around in boxes and puts them in the shitter in Mar-a-Lago. But for some reason, that's okay. But Hillary had some stuff in her emails that had little tiny C on it, and it was just, and that had been all cleared anyhow after the fact, and they weren't like super sensitive, super duper secret, or whatever it is. They have all these different levels of classifications. But meanwhile, Trump has these strategies on how to attack Russia or how to attack Iraq, and has a plot, who knows what else, just sitting in the shitter at his fucking dump in Mar-a-Lago down there. Mad Mac, I believe America was ready for a woman president, and Republicans cheated with Russia's assistance. Yes, I agree with that. She actually won the popular vote in spite of that too. Yeah, she won by 3 million votes. Steve, as an outsider, I think it was Comey reopening the investigation 11 days out that the election to Trump, a lot of folks decide their vote 2 to 3 weeks out. Again, outsider, so I feel free to shout at me. Well, a lot of people agree with you, Steve. You're not far off. A lot of people agree with you. And I think that was definitely one of the things. I mean, there's 3 or 4 things you could point at, and that's definitely one of them. Roxanne totally agrees with you, Steve, so, you know, there you go. Ichabod Deer, yes, Comey was no good, Chris Wray is no good now, and Garland is impotent. Margot, all Republicans, dear, all Republicans. Hey, Margot, by the way, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Joy Fox is here. Hey, Joy Fox. I'm not sure if I've seen Joy Fox before. Have I? In any case, thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the likes button for me. Subscribe, share. We got 31 watching, 32 thumbs ups. So somebody is kind of, is it lagging or slacking? I don't know. Let's see here. Joy Fox, Trump condemned Hillary for mishandling classified documents, saying that anyone that does that is unfit to be president. And that definitely should be thrown right back in his face, right? Because he definitely mishandled classified documents, in my opinion. And that's another court case that's going to be coming up. Ichabod Deer, Julian Assange handed everything he had to Roger Stone. Of course, it was all 100% political from Putin to attack Hillary. Yes. You're right, Ichabod Deer. You're right. You're absolutely right on that. I was just thinking the other night, I can remember it was last night, about these assholes that it's almost like the Mount Rushmore of assholes. You got Roger Stone, Steve Bannon. I'm just thinking of not so much like Trump, because he's definitely an asshole. But I mean, but people have been these operatives. Alex Jones. People are just always up to just no good. They're just always either, like in Alex Jones's case, he's the media mouthpiece, you know. But then you have like Bannon, and you have just Roger Stone in there, just always doing this evil little shit, conniving. So okay, so so who should go on this like Mount Rushmore of assholes? So far, I've got Bannon, Roger Stone, and Alex Jones. Probably Rush Limbaugh. Forget about him because he's dead and he deserves to be forgotten. But okay, I guess we could put Limbaugh on there. So who's the 5th one that would go in there? I guess you could put Trump on there, but because we know he's just, you know, asshole of assholes. But I guess I'm thinking more of the kind of people that are down on the street level doing shit or whatever, you know. Notorious GRG says, have you thought about what you would do if Trump won? Like possibly leaving the country? I have, because I live in Texas and live with 2 kids and have friends who are GOPs, and I won't survive here. Well, I would definitely move out of Texas if I were you, maybe. But maybe no place is safe. I don't know. But yeah, people talk about that, moving to Canada or Europe or something. I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it, but I don't know. Might just stick it out. I mean, it's kind of hard to move if you don't have the money to move, you know? Big Hook says Hillary's server was never compromised, so the emails were secure. Her security, yes, I know, yeah. Remember, she had great security measures. Michael McAndrews, Trump wants to eat someone. Hey, Michael McAndrews, good to see you, by the way. Thanks for being here. So Michael says Trump wants to eat someone. He's kind of like, he's like fat bastard, right? Get into my stomach. Is that what he says? Get into my stomach. Whatever. Michael McAndrews, Stone, Bannon, Miller, Johnson, many belong in jail. Steve Miller. Yeah, Stephen Miller, super creepy. Oh yeah, he is really creepy. This self-loathing Jew, right? He hates Jews apparently, and I guess he's Jewish. MJ Daniels in the house. Bannon may be going away for a while. Yeah. Good. He deserves it. Hope he rots in jail. Roxanne Armfield is here. Thanks for being here, Roxanne. Hey, look, 37 watching, 34 thumbs ups. We got 3 people that are behind. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for me. Like, subscribe, and share. Let's get the show out there. We're at 1,740 something subscribers, so that's cool. We keep adding. One of these days, maybe by the time I'm 83, I was just talking about maybe living in another 20 or 30 years. Maybe on my deathbed, as I'm 83 years old or whatever, I'll get that plaque that says I got 100,000. Hey, it gives me something. Gives me some hope. Gives me something to live for. Roxanne says, Michael McDaniel, who's to say he hasn't already? Oh yeah, who says he hasn't eaten someone? Yeah, that's right, because the Hannibal Lecter thing. Okay, I went right to fat bastard. I forgot all about the Hannibal Lecter thing. That's how. But like I've always said, I'm a little slow, but eventually I'll get it. Eventually it'll filter through. Yeah, the Hannibal Lecter thing in his last rally. I went to fat bastard for some reason. It's like, get into my stomach, or whatever he says. But yeah, have you seen Silence of the Lamb? Great movie. It's not the one you're thinking. MJ Daniel says, hell no, I refuse to allow that cockroach to drive me out, even if I could. We live in a good Democratic district here in Washington State. Yeah, I think we need to just, buckle down and stay strong and do whatever we can to get good Dems in office. And if we can't win the White House, let's win mayorships, even though those are usually non-partisan offices. But you can tell who the Democrats are and the Republicans are usually, and for your mayor office. But let's, our state representatives, our governors, whatever. Let's vote blue no matter who, man. I don't care if you do live in Illinois. I think blue is the better choice, better option. Ichabod Deer, I am setting myself up to be off the grid using solar energy. Off the grid, there you go. Joy Fox, by staying Bannon's sentence, it's actually worked to his disadvantage. Now he'll be silenced just before the election. Lock him up. Lock him up. Ichabod Deer, I am not a doomsayer though, just an anti-Trump turd. You're not a turd. If you're anti-Trump, there's no turd. There's no turd in you. Roxanne says, primary voting today in Nebraska is kind of depressing for Democrats here. I know, when you live in those ruby red states, I can imagine. I'm here in Nevada, and it's kind of getting purpley, and they're saying that Trump is leading Biden in the polls by 12 points. That's kind of depressing, and I kind of leaves my head itching. I don't know, but I get it when you're out in the outskirts. When you get out of Clark County, which is basically Las Vegas and Henderson, where there's a few million people here, and then up in the Reno area where there's like, I don't know, is there 1 million people up there in that area? Those are the main blue Democratic areas, and all the rest of it's red, but all the rest of it is really, sagebrush and sidewinders. That's a snake for those of you who don't know. Population-wise. But I can understand how those areas are red and how they would be voting for Trump. I just don't see how Clark County and I don't know, is it Reno County or whatever the county is up there in Reno, would be going for Trump. I don't get it. I have to break that down, I guess. See what it's looking like. But once you get out of those areas, there's really not very many people. In the whole rest of the state, a few 100,000 people in all these rural areas where there's literally more jackrabbits and rattlesnakes than there are people, by far. Probably like 10-to-1 ratio on that. Steve Sears says Bannon only has to serve 4 months, but will he be in Rikers with Navarro? They could be little cell buddies. Hey, Keith Politz here. Keith says, good for you. Deer, we need to rapidly move to solar and other sustainable options. Absolutely. Margot says, I love your Springsteen cap. His show is too much for my blood. Oh, I mean like the price? I went, he was in Vegas, and I spent, I guess altogether, with the fees and everything, because I think the ticket itself was about $180 or something. Was that what it was? I'm trying to remember now. And, but altogether, it was over $200, like $250 or $2 something. With the fee, they tack those fees on, and the seats were decent. They weren't horrible. They were like mid-level seats, and that's about as much as I could afford. I think down in front of the stage, those are like $5,000, $10,000 or something like that. Must be nice, huh? Must be nice to be able to spend that kind of money on tickets. Hey, Jolie says, Trucker John has channel memberships and super chats. Super chats are always fun. You can support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Sharing is caring. And you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/JR It is J.R. Fowler. Thanks for that, Jolie, for that reminder. Notorious GRG says, it won't be easy for me either, Trucker John. I check into dual citizenship based on heritage, and I only qualified for Hungary. Well, I don't know if Hungary's doing much better, but isn't that where Erdogan is or whoever? Mr. Spock, Silence of the Salmon was a good movie. Did you see Silence of the Salmon? Joy Fox, the recent poll published by the New York Times is suspect. New York Times is anti-Biden. A partner on the polls was Siena College, founded by monks with notable alumnus Wayne LaPierre. The NRA, I don't know, is he former? Did he resign? He was the NRA president or whatever they call him. The guy who came, I guess he'll always be known as for the guy who came up with the phrase, the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. I think that's his, right? And to that I say to you, Wayne LaPierre, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself, please, Wayne LaPierre. Talk about grifters. He pretty much ran that organization into the ground. So thank you very much, Wayne LaPierre. So yeah, like I say, it's like on the one hand, I don't want to disregard the polls, but also I am suspect of them. So yeah, we need to be suspect. Margot, wee. Alvin Stoops here. Hello, Alvin. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so let's see. I do have. I just saw some interesting memes I thought maybe we could share. We got this one. And we got this one. Let's see. I thought these were pretty interesting. When Lauren Boebert calls you an elitist. Now I need to get rid of that chat because it says when Lauren Boebert calls you an elitist, that just means you graduated high school. So that's a burn on you, Lauren Boebert, because you didn't graduate from high school. So there, we're gonna burn you. I don't know. I just like to take any opportunity I can take to get a little burn on Bobo. That I'm there. Because I don't mean to, put down anyone who didn't get a high school graduation. It's to put that on her. Okay, it's not on anyone out there who didn't graduate high school or whatever, because everyone has different situations in life that come up and things happen, and so whatever. But in her case, I think she would like to pretend that she's some great scholar. So we have to point out to everyone that she's not all that terribly bright. And she's a bit of a hypocrite, and I think she's going to lose. So at least we'll get rid of her, because I don't think she's going to win her district that she moved to. I'd like to get rid of MTG, but I'd also like to have a gold-plated shitter too, but that ain't happened. So the other one says, real American patriots do not wave the Nazi or Confederate flags. We had 2 wars about this. You're 0-2. Yeah, so the people that are these Nazi lovers and these Confederate lovers, you're back on the wrong side. You're back on the wrong horse. You're on the wrong side of history. In case you maggots don't know it, the Nazis were the bad guys. Okay? I'm just putting that out there to all you maggots who might be listening. The Nazis were the bad guys. So were the Confederates, by the way. Yeah, I understand they were Americans, but then they became Confederates. Con being kind of the key word there. Okay? They weren't so great either. And regardless of what Mark Levin or whoever tries to brainwash your little brain, it wasn't just about states' rights. It was about slavery and the states wanting the right to have slaves. It all comes down to slavery, and that's wrong then, it's wrong now. So if you're backing the Confederates, you're backing the bad guys. They're the bad guys, okay? Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Go get your GED. MJ Daniel, I do not think most polls are very accurate. Yeah, I don't know what to think about the polls. They're just. I'm kind of of the mind to just say fuck the polls, but just vote. Don't boo. Vote. Vote blue if you know what's good for you. Mad Mac better get Boebert some Neosporin because she just got burned. Yeah. MJ Daniel, elitist like NYC slumlord she worships. Mad Mac Bobo is a total moron. Ichabod Deer, Keith Polite, it's been 100% reliable too. Are we talking about solar energy or the polls? I don't know. MJ Daniel, those were the enemies of the USA. Yep. Kevin Ecker, Ukrainian Nazis. What about American Nazis? Yeah, Nazis anywhere. Whether they're in Ukraine or in Russia or in the United States of America. They're bad. Or in Germany, I guess. We can go back to Germany. All Nazis are bad. Even the ones in Ukraine. I suppose there's a few there. I don't know what your point is. You're just trying to, further Russian propaganda, but wherever they are, in Argentina, they're bad. Alabama Nazis, those Alabama Nazis, they're just as bad as the Argentina Nazis and the Ukrainian Nazis and the Russian Nazis and the German Nazis. Ichabod Deer says, lazy, cheap, greedy white men became slave owners to summarize. Yes, and they loved the fact that they could live like king, like they were royalty. And they had tea service. They had their little mansions, their little Georgia mansions, and they had tea service, and they would have the slaves play music for them or whatever, and it was just they were like little royalty. Who would want to give that up? Well, I mean, I would, because I would feel really guilty about having slaves. I mean, if I paid people to do that, but they didn't want to pay. They didn't, and they still don't want to pay. I mean, this is the offshoot of that. What we see is big corporations, or any corporation probably, any business. They don't like to pay labor. That's why there's always a fight about minimum wage going up. They would like wages to be as low as possible. I mean, there's a whole mentality. I don't know where I'm going with this, but there is this mentality. This kind of, and I know slavery is one thing and low wages are another. It's not. I'm not saying that they're equal. Slavery is much worse than low and shitty wages. So I'm not. So you guys are gonna pillory me for that. But what I'm saying is there is that mentality though still about not wanting to pay people. And that's not just a Southern thing. That's a corporate thing, I think. Ichabod Deer, Zelensky is Jewish. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, great, good for him. Ichabod Deer, Zelensky won over 70% of the vote. Yeah, he's very popular. Michael McAndrews, even Nazi Putin is bad. Even the Nazi Putin is bad. Yes, he is. Kevin Eckert, no money for the southern border, hundreds of billions for Ukrainian Nazis. Gee, I wonder, there was a bipartisan bill that for border security that Donald Trump didn't seem to be too crazy about, and he told Mike Johnson, "Do not let that go up," or and so it was killed by Trump and you maggots. But there's a border bill sitting there ready to be signed. Joe Biden will sign it. Very strong. It's got a lot of things in there that Republicans have said they wanted, and when you give it to them, they won't vote on it because Trump says no. Because Trump doesn't want Biden to look good or at all. So he would rather just keep the issue going. And then of course once he gets elected, he won't do anything anyhow. But if he got elected. So Kevin, yeah, you can take your little talking point there, and you can shove it where the sun don't shine, because they don't wash. They don't wash, man. I go out here says you should block for spreading lies. Well, hopefully he just got a dose of the truth shot back at him. Maybe I just turned him. Maybe I just turned Kevin Eckhart into a blue Democrat. I don't know. Maybe, because I can be hopeful, right? I can be hopeful. Notorious Sergey, I want the slogan "The man is holding" on a T-shirt. Yeah, that would be a good T-shirt, but it's a bit wordy. It's a lot to put on a T-shirt, but you could probably work it out. Get that crazy Tara Dublin font. Well, no, because she double spaces everything, so that wouldn't work. But yeah, shrink it down, I guess. Ichabod Deer, there are no Nazis in Ukraine government. Ichabod Deer, no elected Nazis in Ukrainian government. Not to my knowledge. I agree. When I said I'm just saying that there could be Nazi people in Ukraine, just like we have them here in America. Kevin Eckert, the truth is a force of nature. Don't shoot the messenger. Well, okay, I'm not shooting you. I'm shooting you with truth, Kevin. The border bill. Go look it up. There's a border bill. It's bipartisan support. And it does a lot of great things for securing the border. A lot of things that are needed. That has the backing of the Border Patrol officers. Look it up, Kevin Eckert. But Mike Johnson shut it down because Trump told him to. Ichabod Deer, I'm not going to get engaged in name calling yet. I'm not going to act like I'm holier than thou, because you know me. I might. You never know. NJ Daniel says there are more Nazis in the Republican Party than there ever were in Ukraine. And by the way, President Zelensky is Jewish and had family killed by real Nazis. Yes, MJ Daniel. Yes, absolutely. Hugger Greeter, hi. I am back. I left a bit. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for coming back. Glad you're back. Kevin Eckert, Hitler was Jewish. I'm not sure about that. I mean, maybe ethnically or whatever. I don't know, but I don't know, Kevin. I don't know about that one. But he certainly wasn't practicing. I think he was an atheist or something. But Mad Mac, you can imagine it all you like in a fantasy world, but the Nazis are the assholes who invaded Ukraine, not the peaceful, loving people there. Ichabod, Hitler was not Jewish. Because of Mike, the Nazis are Republicans. Ichabod here, please block Kevin Eckert. Ichabod here, or I will unsubscribe and leave. Oh, I don't take I don't take threats like that. So if you want to leave, leave. I don't take orders from you, Ichabod dear. So if you want to leave, you can leave. Keith Polite, per Simon Rosenberg, Biden's strength with likely voters is an important new development in our understanding of the 2024 election. It always comes down to likely voters and like independents. Where are the independents going to go? Mr. Spock says, I had an Adolf Hitler shirt a long time ago. It was done up like a rock tour t-shirt on the map of Europe. The tour was canceled in England and Russia and ended at Berlin bunker. Michael McAndrews, Trump can pervert all he wants, but all his shit smells anyway. Yeah. Yeah, Trump is just disgusting. I'm just scrolling down past a lot of this, back and forth. Ichabod Deer says Hitler was Austrian who moved to Germany because Austria kicked him out. Ichabod Deer, not at all. Took it on. There is no Jewish image of Hitler. Okay. All I'm saying is, I thought he was just like a atheist. I thought he didn't believe in any religion. But you could be like, right? You could be sort of like ethnically Jewish, where you have Jewish ancestry, but not be like a practicing Jew. That was the only thing I was thinking that could be. Like if you did your Me and 23 or whatever you call it, 23andMe, you might find out you have a bunch of Jewish ancestry, but that doesn't. I don't really think that means you're a Jew if you don't practice Judaism. To me, that's how I look at it. I might be wrong, but that's how I look at it. Ichabod Deer, I'm not going to get into an argument with you. If you want to leave, you can leave. If you don't have room for other people's opinions that you don't like, and if another person says stuff that you think is factually wrong, you can correct them all you want. But I'm not going to argue with you. Like, if you want to leave, you can leave. No one's being forced to be here. And I don't mind if a troll comes in, as long as they don't engage in hate speech and name calling. The only one who should be calling anyone names in this whole thing is me, because sometimes I do that, and I actually kind of end up regretting it because I don't want to be that way. But so anyhow, enough of that. Ichabod Deer, to not know Hitler had zero Jewish in him is pure ignorance. Okay, you're a genius, Ichabod Deer. You're starting to sound a lot like what was that, Jolie? What was that guy's name that I always had run-ins with? You're sounding a lot like that. But whatever. Hey, you're a genius, and we're all dumb shits. So we're all better off having you in here because you can enlighten us with your intelligence. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you educating me, Ichabod Deer. How's that? Hooker Greeter, Ichabod Deer, I do not care what nationality Hitler was. He was still a very bad person, a dictator. Yeah. Quite possibly the most evil person in world history. Big Hook, highly recommend those who have forgotten how we got here to watch HBO Agents of Chaos and how the troll farms influenced the election. Now there is even more of them stirring up shit. Yes, the troll farms were huge. They were huge. Ichabod Deer, Hitler was most closely associated with Catholics in Germany and Lutherans. Mad Mac, Hitler had one nut. Thank you very much for that. Ichabod Deer, opinion that Hitler was not Jewish. Goodbye. Get the fuck out there. Don't threaten me or whatever. Or promise me something you're not going to do. If you want to leave. Like I said, don't drag it out. Don't drag it out. Just get the fuck out if that's what you want to do. Michael Leonard Schindler and his whole group had the cross on everything. They had an iron cross, right? Or whatever. Yeah. Bicycle Mike, Hitler was a big knucklehead. Well, he was more than just a knucklehead. He was evil as shit. He was evil as shit. That's for sure. Big Hook. For the life of me, I don't understand why China, Russia are on United Nations Council when they have the worst human rights records with veto powers. Well, the only thing about that, I always wonder about that kind of stuff too. And I always think it's kind of like that thing about keeping your enemies closer type of a thing, you know what I mean? It's like to completely just cut them off. It kind of makes it harder maybe to try to deal with them or negotiate with them or, you know. But yeah, it does seem really kind of, you know, antithetical? Is that what it is? Mr. Spuck says Stalin murdered more people, starved his own people. But Hitler tops the evil list. What does a tyrant dictator have to do to get number one on the list? I don't know. Let's not find out. I'd rather not find out. Bicycle Bike, I lost relatives in the Holocaust. Yeah, it was horrible. No doubt about it. Hugger Greeter, why would anyone like Hitler? He was very evil. I don't know. I mean, that's a good question because there are people that apparently do. Kevin Eckert might like Hitler. Kevin says, have you watched Europa? I have not watched Europa. Is it on Netflix? Europa. Sounds kind of familiar, though. It's probably some right-wing, horseshit. I'm just guessing, but I haven't watched it. Michael McAndrews, dang, it's so sad seeing the Holocaust films. Yeah, it's I can't even watch them. It's just too much. Mad Mac TJ, have you gone into the Sphere yet? That thing looks damn cool. I have not. I want to. It's a bit expensive, a bit pricey. I mean, even just to go see they have a movie there that they play called Postcards from Earth. I always want to say Postcards from the Edge. Postcards from Earth. I've heard it's really cool. It's kind of like I guess they use drones and they use the cameras and they go over like the Grand Canyon and all these sort of natural wonders. And I guess there's like an environmental message to it. And I guess when you go in there, and tickets are like, I've heard they're like $150, but I've also seen where maybe it starts at 60, and it might depend on what time of day it is and time of the week, and where the seat is. But anyway, almost everyone I talk to, they say it was like $150. Excuse me. And so for like, you go in there, you get a ticket for about like the first hour, you get to kind of roam around in the lobby, and they have like the talking AI robots, I say robots. I think there's two, but there's one or two of them, I guess. I think there's two. And then there's some other kind of exhibits they have that are kind of about new technology and stuff like that. And you do that, and then you go in the movie and see the movie. It's like 45 minutes long. So you're in there almost a couple hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours. And so it would be cool. I would like to go see it. I would like to check. I have to check it out at least once. I haven't yet. If I did, I'd like to shoot video of it. I don't know if I could do a live stream in there, if live streaming works or not, but I would definitely want to do a video of it. That's for sure. Hugger, sorry I question people's mind if they like Hitler and Trump. I do too. That's a big question. Mrs. Bob Boys from Brazil. Kevin Eckert, yeah, I don't care what you think. Watch MSNBC for all I care. I don't even watch MSNBC or anything really. I just watch clips on YouTube basically. Bicycle Mike 42, Rumble is for right-wing morons. That sounds about right. Bicycle Mike, Kevin, are you angry you drank the Kool-Aid? I don't think Kevin even knows he drank the Kool-Aid. He thinks he was just drinking tea or something. I don't know. I would imagine he doesn't even know. Steve Sayers says the Holocaust Museum in D.C. is mind-blowing. The pile of shoes made... Oh, yeah, it's just... It's heart-wrenching. Now here's Jolie. She's going to clear it up here. Hitler being Jewish was propaganda created by Russia's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov to try to justify Russia's portrayal of Ukraine as Nazi, despite Zelensky being Jewish. BBC News. Thank you, Jolie. Kevin Eckert, how do you shame people for wanting to understand history? You would have to be a miserable sociopath. You're getting very close to calling names there. But I think that I don't shame people for wanting to understand history. All I say is consider the sources you're getting your information from. Make sure it's sound. Make sure it's cross-checked, and it's not just from some right-wing, ultra-right-wing source or from some Russian troll camp that we were talking about. Just be careful of your sources. That's it. Bicycle Mike, my cousin was the director of a Holocaust museum in D.C. Oh, wow. Hey, Tim Nelson's here. Good morning to you, to Tim Nelson. Thanks for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We need to get another subscription. I think we may have lost one today. So we need to get two to make up for it. Michael McAndrews, lots of propaganda from the Nazis out there. Be smart, please. Yes, watch the propaganda, Kevin. Don't be a victim to the propaganda. Consider the sources. Don't just believe every little thing you see from Rumble or wherever. Mad Mac, you obviously care what people think. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here spewing your filth. This is going out to Kevin, I assume. Go give Trump all your money like the other morons. He needs to party more with it. Yeah. Keep giving him your money. So then I guess the other Democrats, the other Republicans won't get any. Hugger Greeter says, no, thank you to CNN and NBC. Sorry, I don't trust them. Don't trust anything, actually. I mean, like I said, you have to sort of cross-reference anything that you look at. You can't just believe anything that I say or anybody. I mean, you got to do some a little research on your own there, and get, like I say, good, reliable sources. News sources. And I'm not saying that CNN or MSNBC is lying or untruthful, but just take everything sort of at face value until you can try to get kind of verify things. You have to verify. Kevin Eckert, watch NBC. You know, I really don't watch network news or anything. I get clips. I watch clips. Bicycle Mike, corporate news is making a horse race out of it purely for ratings. And that's unfortunate too. They should just be reporting the news. They shouldn't care about ratings, but they do, because that's the way it is. That's the way the system works. Kevin Eckert, riding with Biden. For sure, absolutely, I am. I'm riding with Biden. For show. For show. I'll even show you. Look at here. There you go. Now, I don't know if I can shrink that down or not. There we go. I'm riding with Biden. That's for you, Kevin. Yeah, we're riding with Biden. All right. Where's West Wing EM? Says Mad Max. That was Mad Max poster. MJ Dan, you just heard on Tom's show that Alabama GOP is trying to write a law letting them arrest librarians that have books they do not approve of in their library. They are out of control. Yeah, this is the pattern of the GOP. They take away rights. They want to take away, of course, leading off with bodily autonomy, women's bodily autonomy. They want to take that away. They want to take away birth control. They want to take away, if they had their way, they would take away women's right to vote, I'm sure. You know, there's some places they want to strip away these sort of like child protection laws, these working laws. They want to strip away those things. I mean, they're just horrendous. The GOP is just horrendous. They really, really are. And they're about taking away rights, and they don't like democracy. They don't like Republic democracy or Democratic Republic or whatever the fuck West does. They don't like any of that shit. They like autocrats, basically. Steve says, Tucker Carlson, a source that is not a source. Cluck on Clucker Carlson. Michael, Mike, voting blue so we can have peace and freedom. I have that, Bicycle Mike, I have that sticker on my truck. This here, is that what you have? Is that a sticker? Because I just got that from some meme or something. That would be a cool sticker. That would be a pretty cool sticker to have. Let's see, so what else we got up here? I copied some other memes. Thought it might be interesting. Let's see. So I guess we could go into a little bit of the hush money trial. I guess so. This says if he didn't have sex with her, why pay her $130,000? Talking about Stormy Daniels and Trump paying. Remember this guy who stiffs his plumber. Yeah, Trump doesn't like to pay anybody anything for work that they did for him. He doesn't pay. A lot of these places where he was doing rallies, he still hasn't paid for the security, for the cities putting up, security and all this kind of stuff. He does not like to pay. Well, he paid her $130,000. It must have been pretty important to him to keep her, from talking about it, about their their little one-nighter or their little 1 3-minute or 72. They say it's not a democracy; it's a republic. Yeah, it's a republic. It's a democratic republic, I guess, right? But it's still they don't like the democracy part of it. I don't think they like the republic part of it either. I think they just want dictatorship. And I'm talking about the GOP. Big Hook says 3 reputable sources to confirm a story like BBC, CBC, NPR, PBS, NBC, CBS, where freedom of the press rights are respected. And even then, you have to take like each one of those individually with a grain of salt. You know, you can't just get one thing from like one of those sources. That's why I'm talking about cross-referencing. But today, you know, it can be hard, and it can be, you know, you can get easily tricked, you know. But, you know, just do your best to get the good information out there. Michael McAndrews, weirdos don't seem to like our democracy. Notorious GRG, maybe he'll win president in his cell block. I hope he's in the cell block. That's for, but I hope he doesn't win. No matter what, no matter where he's at. Hugger Greeter says, sadly, back to Mike 42, my 2 sisters will not vote blue. They like Trump, voted for him twice and plan on voting for him this year. Foolish sisters, and oh my God. And what the fuck, I will always say that. Yeah, it's sad. It's the same with my brother and sister told, well, as far as I know, they haven't spoken to me since 2016. So I'm assuming they're still MAGA. And that's a two-way street. As far as like people might say, why don't you call your brother and sister? Well, why don't they call me? It's a two-way street. Bicycle Mike, I want Bubba to make Trump his cell bitch. Kevin Eckert, constitutional republic. See, they don't even like the word Democrat or democracy, anything like that. That's why they call the Democratic Party the Democrat Party, because it sounds like emphasizing rat, Democrat. They won't say democratic. These republic thugs. What are we calling them? These republic whatever, right-wing nut job Republican GOP morons, MAGA morons. They don't like the word or term democracy at all. So they won't call it a democratic republic, huh? Like Kevin here says. It's constitutional republic. And then they can't even get that right, because they can't even interpret the Constitution right. They misinterpret the Constitution anyhow, like the Second Amendment. Steve Sayre says, it upsets me that people believe President Biden eats babies or something. That is upsetting. Bicycle Mike says, when do MAGAs follow the Constitution? Steve says, yep, the BBC remit is to educate, inform, then entertain, in that order. Michael McAndrews, yep, sorry to hear, Hugger, same problems in my family. Yeah, it's dividing families. I mean, just like the Civil War divided families, you know. Bicycle Mike, true weakness is never admitting you are wrong. Yeah, I agree with that statement. WW's here. I don't know what happened to West, but WW's here now. It says, laughing out loud. Lots of Republicans are so ready to dump Donnie. Well, good. I hope they do. Well, I know, but yeah, I think a lot of them are probably just not going to vote, huh? They're not going to vote for Biden. They're not going to vote for a third, you know, or some of them might vote for RFK or something. But I think you're right, actually, W. I think you're right. Bicycle Mike, the party of no. Hugger Greeter says, Jackie, at least I have my husband and daughter on my side. When it comes to Trump, they cannot stand Trump either. Well, that's good. That's very, very good. The people that are like closest to you, it's important. That is very good, very important. Because there are households that must be hell, that to have like people in your household that would be, Trumpers. That'd be very difficult to live with. Michael McAndrew says, I speak with my sisters and brothers, but they don't know which way is up. It's hard, but they are my little brothers and sisters. I can't stop talking. I know, and I commend you for that, for, keeping in touch with them and everything. WW, I was West earlier on my phone. Hey, Jackie. Oh, okay. I thought you were completely different. I thought maybe you just were acquaintances or something. Michael McAndrews, my 2 sons and wife agree with me on stump dump effing Trump. Well, that's good. That's very good. That's very important. Be hard to live with those folks if they were Trumpers. But I mean, it could be done. I'm sure it's being done all the time. WW, we just have to be nicer to them. Stop fighting and telling them how stupid they are. I kind of agree, W. We just have to be nicer to them. I kind of agree that this thing, and I get into that too, where I call, MAGAs maggots, because they don't like that. Just like we don't like being called Democrat Party. If you call a MAGA a maggot, they really don't like that. And so when we put these memes up with they're like toothless, and they say stupid shit, and we just keep saying how stupid they are. That doesn't win anybody over. I think you're right, W. That doesn't win anybody. That does not win anyone over. That's not really gonna. That just gets them defensive, I guess, and that puts their walls up and gets them either into fighting mode, and I don't mean necessarily physically fighting, although that could happen, but just argumentative mode, or just shutting down the conversation. If all you're going to say is you're a stupid moron, all you guys are stupid morons, that's not really a good way to convince someone to your argument, to your side or whatever. So I think that's a good point, W. I think you're right. Actually, for once. Big Hook says, in life you learn by success and failures. If you refuse to learn from your mistakes, then you're incapable of growth. Stubbornness is unfortunately a hindrance, and ego makes many do stupid stuff a lot. Hear, hear. WW says, my little sister is a big-time feminist lib. Okay, so far, I see nothing wrong with that. My big sister is 1,000 points of light moderate. Okay, I guess that's cool. Generous, but likes to be worshipped for it. Well, okay, that's the thing between you and her. Then, okay. Bicycle Bike 42. Maggots eat shit regularly. So much for my. Let's try to maybe win them over with honey, and then Bike Mike comes in, bam. Michael McAndrew says, yep, we actually need to eat. Sorry about that. Michael McAndrew says, we actually need to get MAGA people on our side. Not easy. Yeah. And just constantly calling them stupid, even though it's hard not to sometimes, that doesn't win anyone over. Really, you know what I mean? WW says, tell them that you do watch Fox News sometimes. WW says, you don't have to tell them what context. Yeah. W says, I love my uncles so much. They don't like Trump, but they think that Democrats are demons. Ignore rural America. And I've heard you make reference to that before about rural America. And I'm just wondering, what the fuck does rural America, what the fuck do they want that they're not getting? I'm old enough to remember when rural America, a lot of rural America and farmers were Democrats. And I think that all switched probably with Reagan, probably. Mike Manager says, Democrats are awesome, diverse, and awesome. W says, not in Illinois. They are very urban-centric in the Democratic Party. Maybe it just seems that way because out in the sticks, there's nobody there. WW says, the cities are so needy. That's like here in Nevada. Once you get out of Clark County and Carson County or Carson City or whatever up in the state capital and around Reno, there's no people. So, and the ones that vote are all Republicans. But there's no people. So what are we supposed to do? You know? W says, it's easy to ignore the rural poor. So you're saying they don't have access to the same programs as the poor in the cities? I mean, what do they have? I don't know what Illinois does, so I don't know. Mr. Spock says, but you're supposed to sound like Andy Kaufman's Foreign Man character when you say you're a stupid idiot. Notorious GRG, wish there was a place to get short, concise, fact-based information with on every subject they lie about on Democrats so I can hand out and shut my friends up and my husband. The DNC is too many words. Yeah, I know. It'd be nice if we could just shrink everything down to a bumper sticker phrasing. So WW, roads and bridges. So the rural poor are upset because the roads and bridges aren't being taken care of. Huh. Like everything is relative. Bicycle Bike 42, broadband, new infrastructure for rural America. Yeah, now all that is coming up. It's really making big strides because of Biden and the Inflation Reduction Act. WW says, no, my family has been Republican since the Civil War. WW, that is a cliche. There are people, they are just more spread out. My point is, they'll take it literal. Of course there's people, but there's, in comparison to the city areas, there's no people. It's not a cliche. It's true. There's more cornfields and corn stalks out there than there are people in those rural areas. Latka, yeah, the Bicycle Mike says Latka. Mr. Spock says, foreign man on the dating game show, priceless. Big Cook, that's why broadband internet service in all rural areas is a major infrastructure part in Biden's agenda. Yeah. Okay, I forgot to bring a bottle of water. I usually bring a bottle of water in with me, and I forgot. So I need to just step out because my throat gets really super dry. And you're going to see, when I push that out, you're going to see a bit of the background there. But that's the way it goes. I have to push this out in order to get out, not knock the whole thing over. I will be right back. If I could play some hold music, I would, but I can't. I'll be right back, guys. I had a cup of coffee that I've been drinking, and then that always kind of dehydrates me, I guess. And then plus, I think talking it just really gives me like a dry mouth. So, all right. So now I got my water. Feel better. I feel better already. All right. So, Steve jumped this onto phones so can catch this and Benny and Diane all at once. Oh, look at you. Going back and forth, huh? Or doing both. Well, thanks. I appreciate you for being here, Steve. I know sometimes it's hard, when two shows are on at the same time. But you figured out a way, so good for you. Bicycle Mike says, information is knowledge. Knowledge is power. Big Hook says, those who offer simple solutions to complex problems are not critical thinkers. Jackie says, me too, Steve. Oh, so Jackie's double dipping. Which is fine. That's fine, Okay, let's see. What else is going on over here? I got some other memes. I got Mo. Look what these two clowns did over here. Let me put them over there. And so that's Jared and Ivanka. And they seem to do pretty well during the Trump administration, financially, right? They seem to use their position. They seem to use their father and father-in-law, to get special whatever. But Hunter's laptop. And everything is projection with these guys. It's all projection with Trump. Everything he does. And now he's doing this thing, like he's just going on and on about, Trump is Sleepy Joe and he goes, and whenever he says Trump is the worst president in the history, I'm like yelling whatever at my TV when I'm watching this stuff. I'm just like, you're projecting. You're the worst president ever, Trump. It's you. You're the worst ever in the history of this country. And you're the one that can't stay awake in court. You're talking about Joe Biden falling asleep, and you're in court fighting for your freedom and your good name, and you can't keep your eyes open? You're the sleepy one. So it's all about projection, and then they just conveniently forget stuff like this about Ivanka and Jared profiting, off of the Trump administration and using their connections and everything to go into China and go to Saudi Arabia and get all these big deals. That they're just hypocrites, and everything they say is projection about what they actually do. Bicycle Mike says, I saw Steve Vai and Joe Satriani this weekend. I bet you that was awesome. Two guitar gods just hammering it out there. That must have been awesome. Big Hook, what time is it across the pond there, Highlander? Which one's Highlander? Notorious GRG, howdy, at Hugger Greeter. Bicycle Mike, Trump, Pierce, and Hoover were the worst presidents. And certainly within my lifetime, Trump is number one. And the Republicans have put up some pretty awful presidents. Nixon was no day at the park or whatever. Reagan was an absolute idiot, clown, who really started the whole thing off of making us go backward. Of really demonizing unions, shrinking the middle class, taking away all kinds of consumer protections and things that benefited working class people and middle class people. It really started a lot with Reagan, right on down with the Bushes, and then Trump. I mean, they just got progressively worse and worse and worse. That's why I shudder to think, who's the next, when Trump is gone, who are the GOP going to put up after that? Is it going to be someone even worse than Trump? Or are they going to finally wise up and try to get someone better? But I mean, it always comes down to, no matter who it is, whether it's Reagan or whether like even the candidates like Romney or McCain, it's still always, even though they might seem to be more reasonable or maybe, but they're still vulture capitalists like Romney. They're still out of touch. Where like McCain, remember McCain? They asked him how much a gallon of milk is, and he said, I don't know, $50. Now, I don't know how much of that was a joke, but I think it certainly showed that he was out of touch. To not even be in the ballpark of what a gallon of milk would cost. They're out of touch. They're vulture capitalists. That's probably on the good side, or not the good side, but that's probably the least of our troubles, right? And so I don't know who they're going to put up. I mean, maybe I'm counting my chickens before they're hatched because we still got to get through this election here. I don't know what's going on with my hair over here, but anyhow, we got to get through this election here and get Biden. We got to ride with Biden, get him reelected. But I don't know who's going to come up next. Tulsi Gabbard or something? I don't know. Who knows? But no matter who it is, just remember that they might come up with someone who's not as I guess vile and just utterly disgusting as Donald Trump. They might get someone who's actually kind of slick and maybe can speak well and actually has some decorum, or whatever. But just remember, it's still always going to be about making sure that all the benefits go to the rich and that the losses go to the people, and that they don't give a shit about anyone that's not probably a multimillionaire. You know what I mean? So just remember that. Just remember old Trucker John told you that. Steve says just coming up on 7 p.m. I guess that's in England or something? Or in the UK somewhere? Don't mean to dox you. Somewhere in the UK, I'm guessing. Scotland. Steve said me. I'm in Scotland. Okay, Highlander. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. And that is the UK, so... Big Hook says, frequenter on Liberal Dan chat. I've seen Steve around, yeah. Thanks for being here, by the way, everybody. Thank you all for being here. We got 41 thumbs ups. Can we get to 50? Can we get to the big 50? Like, subscribe, and share. Let's share the show out. We got to make up some lost ground. I think I lost somebody today, so we need to make up for some lost ground there. I guess apparently this person didn't like the way I run the show. Didn't like that I don't run people off because they have different opinions. So, anyhow. another friend just showed up. Love you all. Okay, thanks. Big Hook, I for buying bread, said Trump. Oh, ID for buying bread, said Trump. Oh, yeah, I think I remember that now. Okay, W, take care and mark this down on your calendar or in your diary. I think we actually agreed on something today. So, Bicycle Mike says, bye guys, it's time to shuttle PCT hikers. Alrighty. Well, thanks Bike Mike 42 for being here. Bicycle Mike 42. Glad you were able to show up. Spock's there giving us the old Spock sign. Okay, let's see what else is there. What other memes did I have? I'm going to keep the riding with Biden on there because I like that one. I do like that one. Now here we were talking about VP picks earlier, and it just makes me wonder. Yeah, who would really want to be a Trump VP if you got a noose waiting for you? You know, does anybody really want that job? I mean, JD Vance probably does, and that's probably he's probably gonna pick JD Vance or something. Even though JD Vance, at one time, I don't think he liked Trump very well. It's so convenient now to to like him, I guess. But do you really want that job, JD? Because you might have a noose waiting for you at some point. You know? Trump kind of made that a lot harder, trying to find someone who's willing to risk the noose for him. Who in their right mind would be willing to put their life on the line for Trump? I wouldn't. I guess I'm in right mind. I don't know. Bicycle Mike, Steve Vai is a god. Yeah, I said, yeah, guitar gods. For sure. Let's see. I guess that was up there. Michael McAndrews, Stump effing tried to kill his last VP. Yeah. Big Hook, yeah. The Randy Rhoads memes are spot on for the times. Is this one of the ones that they had on our show? I got this off of Threads, so. Mad Mac, he won't need a VP since he wants to be dictator. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, he'll need one for a running mate, but then once he gets in, you know, why need a vice president? Nolan Workman's here. Says Pence refused to get into the car with Secret Service. Hi, Nolan Workman, by the way. Good to see you. I don't know. Have I seen you in here before? Good to see you, though. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. We're at 42 thumbs ups. Let's hope we can get to 50. Trying to get to the big 5-0. The big 5-0 today. But yeah, Pence was like, I don't know about this. I don't know. Something doesn't seem right. Once. Nolan Workman was here once. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back. Hope you subscribe to the show. I think I lost a subscriber today, so I need to make it up. So all the subscribers I can get would be great. Just go ahead and put that share button. Share the show. Sharing is caring. Big Hook says, do you think the U.S. will split again in a North versus South scenario? No. Because, for one thing, we're not so divided geographically like we were before, like in the Civil War. I mean, it was pretty clear cut, I think. But now you've got pockets of MAGA and hardcore right wingers like all over the country, and you've got blue, Democrats all over the country. So it's so sporadic. I think it'd be pretty hard to do that. I don't know, but I don't think we're going to do that. Michael McAndrews, thanks, John, for putting up with us. Well, thank you guys for putting up with me, for one thing. And thanks for hanging out. As we hang out on this Tuesday morning here, it's been almost 2 hours. So, thanks for hanging out. We're just going to hang out for a little bit. Today's Tuesday. I will be back on Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and we will be doing a Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Pacific time, what I like to call the House Sparks pre-show warm-up. Basically, it's a place to hang out. Well, most of us in here, I think, are sparklers. You don't have to be a sparkler to hang out. You can hang out with us anyhow. But it's kind of a little hangout for an hour where we get warmed up and ready to go to wait for Hal. So we do that on Thursdays afternoon. And Saturdays, we kind of do the opposite of that. After Hal's show, we hang out. Because sometimes when Hal's show's over, a lot of times you don't feel like, going away. You want to still hang out with some folks. So we do sort of a post-show thing there. I don't know, what is this? I'm looking, like, what is on me? Is there something on me? Or is that just, what is this, guys? I don't know. Just some random black whiskers in a sea of gray. But anyhow, but thanks for putting up with me, guys. And thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Let's see. Where did I leave off at? Matt says, because the Secret Service has been corrupted, look at the texts that were deleted. Accidentally. Yeah. Accidentally. From SS during 06 January, Secret Service. There are tramp succubuses infiltrated into the Secret Service. I think so, but I also wonder how much Biden has been maybe cleaning that out and maybe keeping it kind of on the down low so it's not like a big story. But I kind of, because I think Biden is pretty smart, and I think his people around him are pretty smart, his close people around him. So that I wonder if they've been sort of cleaning out, or at least doing a better vetting process of who the people who are closest to him are. You know what I mean? So hopefully they've been working on that. Nolan Workman says the South couldn't live without the money from the blue states. That's right. That's just absolutely right. They're the biggest takers, but of federal money, right, and federal systems. But they sure don't like to admit it. Michael McAndrews, I guess that's a big hug for Hal Sparks. Mad Mac says, hashtag Trump stinks. I was doing a hashtag. Was I doing Trump stinks? I was doing something like that for a while too. Yeah, he stinks. You know, I was just wondering. I don't think it's a booger. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm just worried because I was eating right before. Now I gotta go. I gotta go look in the mirror. There's something on there. I don't know if it's from breakfast, but because I had cereal and toast. I gotta go check it out. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm knocking over everything. Okay, it's not a booger. I think it's just a random black whisker. I don't know. Why can't I get more black whiskers? Why am I... Hey, black whisker, you can multiply if you want. Tell the other ones to turn back to black. Well, I left that light on now. Oh, well. I guess this is like a rando kind of black whisker, and I never noticed it before. I guess it just grew in. Maybe my beard will go back to being black again. Does that ever happen? Can you go back? Can you go gray and then have it just naturally come back to black? I don't know. Weird stuff going on here. Weird stuff, folks. Let's see here. Where am I at? MJ Daniel says there are MAGA lunatics in pretty much every part of government, and I hope the Biden administration has been cleaning house, and needs to be done for sure. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, in whatever way they can, you know. No, now you have a red spot. Do I? Is it from I don't know. It's weird how that's a black whisker. And I looked in the mirror close up. Anyhow, MJ Daniel says Amazon just released the first trailer for their Rings of Power season 2, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, I don't know if I finished that first season or not. I need to go back to that because it was pretty interesting. Michael Meandros, you look fine, John. We can't even see it. I know. I'm just it's like, you see something and then you start like obsessing on it. Mad Max says, why hasn't Biden removed the head guy in the U.S. Postal Service then? The guy, well, because, and someone has mentioned this before, but it's because that's what has to be done by the Board of Governors. The president can't just do that. The guy Trump put in that position to slow down mail-in votes and is still in that position. He had machines removed, etc. Yeah, that's DeJoy, Louis DeJoy. But yeah, I was wondering that myself, and then someone said that has to be done by the Board of Governors. And then when they said that, I remembered hearing that before. So I believe that is true. So the president can't just willy-nilly, and he can't just fire all the Board of Governors. There's a whole process, of layers of authority, so he can't just, it's not, the presidency isn't supposed to be just a magical waving of the hand or waving the wand, the stroke of the pen thing that Hal talks about. We do have branches of government, we do have layers of authority, and for the Postal Service, it's headed by the Board of Governors. They choose the, maybe the president chooses, and then I think the Board of Governors has to approve it, who the Postmaster General is going to be. But yeah, he can't just do that. Now he could probably use his influence, maybe, but I don't know what the Board of Governors would do. But I will say that since Trump has become president, it seems like we haven't heard too much about DeJoy. We didn't hear about when Biden, I don't know what I just said. I don't know which guy I said. But okay, when Trump was president and DeJoy was appointed, it seems like DeJoy was just like on a rampage, right? And then once Biden got into office, it seems like we haven't really heard much about DeJoy. Now, I don't know if that's because he stopped doing all those things he was doing, or we're just not hearing about it. But it seems like who the president is important. It is very important. And just like his influence can be very influential. Michael McAndrews says, Stumpy Dumpy corrupted everything. We can all see it now. Yeah, and the other day, Trump, I guess it was at his rally, that New Jersey rally, Trump said, everything Biden touched goes to shit, turns to shit. And again, I'm yelling, that's projection. You're projecting. Because everything you touch goes to shit. You piece of shit. Because you are a piece of shit. I'm talking about Trump. Mad Mac, how can POTUS install? See, I don't think he installs. I think that he puts them up as like a nominee or his selection. And then I think the Board of Governors has to approve it. I believe that's how it works. If Ichabod Deer hadn't left us, he could enlighten us all with his knowledge. But apparently he got butthurt and left. So I'm going to have someone else step up. Who's going to step up and take Ichabod Deer's place as far as finding out this information for me? Big Hook says, yeah, I would take anything Malcolm Nance says over any other so-called expert. Nance Stradamus is always on point. Yeah, he's been pretty accurate. Nolan Workman says, I thought Biden filled the board with enough to oust DeJoy. DeJoy trashed the Atlanta mail system. I don't know, Nolan. Apparently not. Michael Andrews, get DeJoy out of there. Hey, I'm a former postal worker, and I was a mail processor for 12 years, and so I know those machines. That's the machines I worked on. All those machines they were talking about, those OCRs and BCSs that they were talking about, that were being destroyed. Now I do know that those have probably been in there a while, because I got hired in '88, and that was when they were just starting to expand the mail processing part of it, and going from letter sorting machines, which were kind of more manual. People had to actually, the letters would come by on a little, It's a little thing that would just put the letter in front of them, and they would actually have to key in the route code and everything for it. That was letter, and that went from the old system where you've probably seen people just like casing mail. So for decades and decades, it was all just a big case, and people would just case the mail. They had the cases with all the little cubby holes, and that's how they would sort the mail, right? So from that, then it went to letter sorting machines, where the mail was brought in, it was put into a machine, and it would there would be these kind of like consoles on the machine. It's like the machine was as big as a big rig, 53-foot trailer, kind of like that machine. But and then the mail would get sorted to these different consoles where actual human beings were sitting, and one at a time, a letter. But it's really quick. I mean, it's like you got like 1 second or 2 seconds to read that thing, and then you got to key it in. So it went from that. So that went from being like the old, just hundreds of people sorting mail manually, to this machine that had like, I don't know, I forget how many on the console, 20 people, or maybe it was like 20 on each side. It might be like 40 people or whatever it was. If there's any letter sorting machine people out there, you know what I'm talking about. You can explain it better. So it went from the old casing to that, right? And then from that, I went to optical code readers and barcode readers, where you just get trays of mail, you stick it in the machine, and the machine reads it and sorts it. It's really, really fast. And so that was in 1988 when they started putting those machines in. So now here we are, fast forward to 2016. So anyway, at 98, 2008, you got almost 30 years. Some of those machines might be 25, 28 years old. So it could be feasible that some of those machines were outdated and not able to be updated. Maybe they were being taken out to make room for newer, updated machines. That's completely, like maybe those machines were as updated as they could, and then they had to bring in, because I can only imagine what they're doing now. Like I was there in basically the 90s. I can only imagine the technology, how much I assume it's improved since then. I don't know. So I don't know. I guess my point is, I don't know how much of that was kind of overblown as far as like getting rid of those machines. If they just got rid of them and they're going back to like manually sorting, then yeah, that's a step backwards. But if they were getting rid of those machines and they were replacing them with newer, improved, better machines, then that would be a good thing. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what was going on, but I didn't like the joy. Yeah, hearing all the stories about taking away mailboxes and trying to make it harder for people to send in mail-in ballots and stuff like that. That was all bullshit. Mad Max says, we still have all the drive-up post boxes gone from his bullshit fiddling. We have to park and walk into the building just to post a bleeding letter here in Washington State. Yeah, see, that was bullshit. Yeah, you're right. Taking away mailboxes. Big Hook says, the Postal Service was never designed to be a profitable enterprise. The Republican and their 50-year pension funding requirements were sabotage to the U.S. Postal Service. Yeah. And I believe, I don't know, did Biden roll some of that back? Were they able to roll that back, that pension requirement? Michael McAndrews says, voter suppression is treasonous. Voter outreach is okay. Nolan Workman says, Senate put in 2 more Biden guys on the board, and it now has a majority of reformers. Yeah, so I don't know. What the process is. Roxanne Arnfield says, we can thank Reagan for the post office mess. And Michael Andrews, democracy, baby. Absolutely. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Now, what is this one here? What did I find? I found this on Threads, too. It might have been on Randy Rhodes, too. I don't know. But it just says the saddest part of 2016 was seeing how many people believed the worst rumors about a woman while ignoring the worst facts about a man. Isn't that true? I mean, there were so many people that they believed every little thing about Hillary. She was dying, right? And she was drinking baby milkshakes, but Trump, you know, he had dozens of women come out against him, claiming some sort of sexual assault, all the way up to rape, whatever, you know, and they would say, "Oh, they're just coming after him," you know, they would just laugh it off or ignore it. Just the most heinous things about Trump, but they would believe this weird shit like that Hillary drinks baby milkshakes. You know, it's just bizarre. It's so bizarre how Hillary got besmirched and Trump, all the allegations against Trump were just like, nah, that's just bullshit. It's just amazing to me. Marie Jean Greco, too true. Matt, true dat meme. Janelle says, hi, Julie and Mad Mac. Big Hook says, Flint, Michigan, water Republicans. And so here we are. Thanks for watching, everybody. 23 watching, 43 thumbs ups. Can we at least get to 45 thumbs ups? I was hoping for 50, but I'll settle for 45, man. Because we are at the 2 hour and 11-minute mark here, and I'm probably going to be shutting her down a little bit. I'm surprised the maintenance guys didn't come in. Maybe they found the leaks already in one of the other units, so they don't need to look anymore. I don't know. Or maybe they're just working. And my hat gets all crooked, and it really, between my hat and this thing, this black whisker that I wish would multiply. Between that and my hat, I'm a mess. I'm just a mess. But Janelle says hello. Hello back at you, Janelle. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Jolie says, help support the Trucker John live stream. Buymeacoffee.com. And we have memberships and super chats and all that good stuff. And let me just end this, since to kind of go with the show card, I guess we call it, where it has me with, it says explicit lyrics. It's kind of like like an album, the old album things that was a Tipper Gore that was in on that. But just to sort of, really bring it home here. Let's just go ahead. Oh, look at there. I'll put it all crooked and everything there. There we go. Red, white, and blue. I won't even say it. Just all you got to do is read it. Okay, I'll say it. Fuck Trump. And the horse he rode in on. But poor horsey. Nah, just give the horse a nice slap on the ass and send it on its way. You don't need to fuck the horse. But you don't need to fuck Trump either, actually, literally. But figuratively, he needs to be effed and sent to prison and lock him up. Lock up Trump. So hey, look at this. We got riding with Biden and we got F Trump. If that doesn't say exactly how I feel, I don't know what does. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I'm riding with Biden. F Trump. Get him. He can rot the rest of his rotten life in prison for all I care, because he is a horrible, horrible person. We don't need him as president, that's for sure. We need him in prison, not for president. So Trump for prison, 2024, is my motto, and I guess that's gonna be about it. We're over 2 hour mark here. Thank you guys for being here. We're at 44 likes. I'd like to get to 45. I'd like to get to 45. Have you ever noticed that when Trump talks, all of a sudden he'd be like, I don't know where the guy's just a weirdo all the way around. But I could go on another hour just saying how much I hate Trump, I guess. Uncle Greer says, bye, all, take care. Big Hook, being a dead horse is a Republican specialty. Nolan, I live in the reddest county in Arizona. Man, Mac, perfect TJ. We're going to end it with riding with Biden and fuck Trump. And Hey, you guys, thanks for being here. I really do appreciate it. And all are welcome, even trolls, as Ichabod Deer learned today. Even the trolls are welcome here. As long as you don't engage in hate speech and you don't call people names and you can have a reasonable conversation, then I'm fine with it. So anyhow, I'll see you guys again. I'll be back on Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time for Talking with Trucker John, or whatever I call it. Talking Trucker. The Talking Trucker who has black whiskers apparently coming in over here. Maybe next time you see me, I'll be back just beautiful black whiskers. No more gray. That's what I'm hoping for. All right, guys. Also, in the meantime, make sure that you guys stretch. Right? Make sure you stretch. It's important because why? What have I been saying? What is it that I've been saying all these years about stretching and how important it is? It's so you don't pull a hammy. All right, let's not pull any hammies. Let's try to get this thing up and running before I say hammy again. Say hammy again. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute now. Wait just 1 minute. Say hammy one more time. Say hammy one more time. I know, I had to get a filter in. That was for Nick Rich, who I don't think is around but anymore, or whatever. I might have lost Nick Rich too, I don't know. Did I lose Nick Rich? Maybe. Maybe I did, I don't know. All right, special appearance by the cookie guy. And for some reason, there we go. Don't pull any hammies, guys. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for watching the Trucker John, hanging out with us. That's stuff. It's very cool, you know. I really love it. Thanks.
I, Donald J. Trump, do solemnly swear that I've never farted in court ever, not once, not ever, not ever. It's all lies, fake news.
I didn't know I was taking video. I was taking a picture.